All right.
You're in the lead. You're in the lead.
I'm in the lead?
Yeah.
With the flags. He's just got
Who's coming up behind me? Who's coming up behind me?
Kurt Busch.
No.
8-year-old Dawson Rood can teach you a few things, especially if it has anything to do with NASCAR.
Don, Chevy is the winner.
Got any milk?
Even his name, Dawson, sounds like a NASCAR guy. He has all the cars, knows all the drivers' names.
Who's 5?
Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
That's right, yeah.
And when he's got his racing suit on, everything is right in the world.
Oh, man. I like that. Look at the camera.
How about that?
But for as much as Dawson knows about NASCAR, he knows even more about something else: life. Dawson Rood was born in April 1999. Doctors knew something was wrong before he came into the world.
He was born with one kidney, and that kidney was had only about a 5 to 10% function.
He needed a new kidney. Dawson and his family left their small, quiet town of Wendell in central Minnesota and headed to the Twin Cities. On a whim, his mom, Tessa, found the Ronald McDonald House.
I only thought it was for cancer kids, and you know, my son was just having a kidney transplant, which I didn't really know if it was a big deal or not. And when I called, Paula was on the other end, and I just said, my son's got to have a kidney transplant, and I'm just looking for a place to stay. And she's like, we got one. And that was all it took. That was all it took.
Hey, how long did you have to stay at the house?
A couple minutes.
Just a couple minutes? Yeah, just went in there real quick, got the operation, came back out.
The patented level of care and compassion that so many families have come to know from the Ronald McDonald House was foreign to Tessa and her husband, Andy. They marveled at the generosity of the staff and volunteers. Yet after about 2 months, gladly returned to their home in Wendell, hoping to distance themselves from their son's terrifying illness.
And then in November of '03, we went down for our big stay. And that was when Dawson got cancer.
No sooner were they back in their life of certainty that their son's life was again uncertain. They were headed back to the Twin Cities, this time for the child's battle against cancer.
But the very first person I called was Paula and asked if I could have a room. I didn't even go through our social worker. I just called and said, I think we need a room because I don't think it's very good. And right away, immediately again. I don't think that we even waited 6 hours.
For as challenging as their previous trip to the Twin Cities was, this trip was even longer and more demanding on the Rood family. The Ronald McDonald House became their new home, especially for Dawson and his mom. Andy would commute nearly 200 miles for work. Dana spent time in school at home and at what she refers to as the RMH.
I could get my work done very easily, very quickly, and then the teacher, like if I had a worksheet, the teacher would fax it to my school, they would get it. So I was basically going to school with my school, but away from my school.
The Ronald McDonald House gave the Roods what they needed: a break, a support system, a home, for more than 14 months.
When you're going through something as tragic as a sick child, you don't need any more questions. You just really don't. You don't need to explain yourself at all. And feeling safe, and when your family knows you're safe, that really counts.
There was one girl that I met. She was very, very close. We were very, very close. Even though her sister had something with bone marrow. She needed a bone marrow transplant. Mine was kidney. Even though they're different diseases, I asked her, I'm like, is he gonna be okay? I mean, I just need to hear that Dawson's gonna be okay. And she's like, I don't know, but I know he will. And and we hugged, and I cried, and she cried, and it was just a relief. Like, okay, you know. I mean, even though she probably didn't know, it was just nice to hear that he's gonna be okay.
Is this you? No, that's Tigger.
That's
okay.
Tigger.
Yeah. Oh, but it says bouncing back. I get that part.
Bouncing back.
Yeah.
Today, Dawson's kidney is functioning. His doctors say he's cancer-free. He's packed a lifetime of medical tests, exams, and procedures into his 6 years.
Tell me how you tell a child when they ask, why is this happening to me?
I told him, I tell him that he's a gift from God, and he's chosen him to go through this because he's strong, and that God knows he can do this, and no matter what happens, he's okay.
Yeah, I like Clint.
7.
So they treasure these moments, his cars, his passion for racing, and his love of life. The Roods don't know if Dawson will keep his kidney or if cancer will be back. They only know that if their son needs more medical care, where they will stay.
I can remember leaving the house and feeling like I was leaving my home. I really did, and when we drive by there when we go to our doctor appointments and we drive by and Dawson's like, that's my house. You know, there's my house. And yep, it is. It is your house, because no matter if we're there or not there, it's always there. I love is a big word. And I love the Ronald McDonald house. I love everybody that has helped the Ronald McDonald house.